What's up, Juggalos? Wicked Clown Reviews here, and I'm going to be reviewing every single EP and LP released by Psychopathic Records in chronological order. And up next, we've got ICP's A Carnival Christmas EP, or as it's advertised on the cover, Xmas. But if you look at the spine, it is indeed called A Carnival Christmas EP. Something that I've always kind of found funny. First I'm going to go through and kind of review the album, and then I'm going to compare the differences between the two CD pressings. So, ICP, Christmas music has been a tradition that many artists have done, since recording music was a thing. And ICP kind of wanted to make their own subversive / slap in the face version, because Christmas music, some people love it. I personally think it's pretty fucking lame, and it's kind of always been a gimmicky thing that artists will do. And so ICP kind of wanted to get in on that gimmick in a fun juggalo way. And I really think they succeeded thoroughly with this album. It's a blast from start to finish, and it's some of the funniest music they've done up to this point. And it's just I don't know. It's absolutely joyous. I'm so used to ICP releasing Christmas things exclusively at like big ballas and stuff like that. I assumed this was also a giveaway, or not a giveaway, but only available at a Christmas show back in the day. But apparently, from what I've read, this actually was released in stores, mostly in Michigan. It's hard to find any concrete information, so if you have any more info, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But let's get into the track listing here. So, Santa's a Fat Bitch, the first track. I mean, just that title alone, this is going to be an absolute masterpiece. And, it's just a fun song about getting revenge on Santa for not bringing poor people gifts, which is great, because it's kind of, it's an interesting commentary on the whole idea that, children are told that, Santa Claus is the one who brings you presents. And this kind of ruminates on the idea about like, well, what about, the poor kids who get like no presents? And so it's framed from the perspective that Santa doesn't give a shit about poor people. And it's hilarious. It's an absolute banger. I really love the song a lot. So the second track, Red Christmas, this is an interesting one, because it goes back and forth between kind of retelling classic stories, the Night Before Christmas, Frosty, and also doing parody songs of Christmas classics. And as a kid, we all grew up doing like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, and stuff like that. And it's just cool to have ICP do their own versions, and it still just brings such a smile to my face, especially when it gets towards the end of the song and it does Jingle Balls. It's so fantastic. It really is wonderful. And so this EP, Red Christmas, actually is a little bit longer and comes with a parody of the 12 Days of Christmas. That's, as far as I know, not available on any other release. Red Christmas, it was reissued by Island as a single, and it was on Forgotten Freshness and like Holiday Heat. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that they cut out the 12 Days of Christmas on that. And so you get an exclusive version of it. I'm not sure why it's been cut, but yeah, it's really great. I love it. Santa's Kill is it's a bit of a redo of Santa's a Fat Bitch, just without the the whole like poor perspective. It's just it's there a little bit. Mikey Clark's verse has some which, yeah, by the way, Mikey Clark raps on Santa's Killers, and he's pretty fun. He's having a blast on it. I really do like love his style. And this was removed from the Island reissue version because there's a rapper named Fink on it who I guess stole some money from Psychopathic. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure they pulled it off the Island version because they would most likely have to pay him for reissuing that. And they also name drop him. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure from ICP's perspective, Fink just kind of ruined that song. They did later include it on the Holiday Heat compilation, which was nice. But Santa's Killers includes a sample of Cher's Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. And it works shockingly well. And it's both creepy and Christmassy, despite the fact that Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves is neither a creepy or a Christmas song. And yeah, it's a fun track. Jay's verse on Santa's Killers is actually really, really good. So the album closes with It's Coming. So It's Coming is more of a hype song for the Riddle Box. It's just like, you know, some fat bass and some creepy sounds and backwards saying the riddle box and then repeating It's Coming, and it goes on for like 4.5 minutes, and it's one of those it's an extremely, like, I guess dated is the only word I'd say, because it's like the point of it would be to hype people up for riddle box, but like if you live in a time where riddle box exists, it's not hype, and it's just a long repetitive song. So, you know, it's hard to judge because, like, I'm sure it served its purpose. I'm sure Juggalos in 1994 were fucking stoked to hear It's Coming. But nowadays it's like, I guess I'll skip this song. I listened to the whole thing for it, for this, though. I did not skip it. And, you know, overall, this album, they've transitioned from the like Ringmaster era tone into the Riddle Box tone. I am pretty sure that during this time they were actively recording Riddle Box despite not being signed to Jive Records yet. Because not only just like does it sound like the Riddle Box era, but in the last EP, Fuck Off, they already had a version of Three Rings on there, and Terror Wheel was hyping up the Riddle Box through the phone number. So yeah, it's very clear that they were cooking Riddle Box at this point. And yeah, this was a just fun side EP that they released, and it's great. I play it every Christmas. I love it. Had a blast revisiting it for this review. So there are two versions of the Carnival Christmas EP. This is the original version released back in 94, and the main way to tell, as always, is 0022. So, yeah, and so this version was released at the Gathering of the Juggalos in the year 2000. And, you know, I just got to say the original version looks so much better. You can see here, look how much deeper the red is. The red here is very light. Same thing, you can see like the highlights and the detail on the bow are much more defined. This one, it's just looking washed out. The grays here as well, while not as significantly different, yeah, just overall does not look as good. And then you've got the spines, you know, again, you can see that it's just like the colorings are just more defined on the original version. The same number though, specifically. And, back, same deal, just clear, more defined, and faded. It seems to me like they may have like copied this and had a slightly worse reproduction, or the CD company that was doing their reissues for this just didn't print as well. Another way to tell the difference, if you know, you're looking online and the details are too blurry, so you can see this white box around the credits here. That box is not there for the original version. So, if you're looking online and the photo's too blurry to read the photo, that's the dead giveaway right there. The white box is the Gathering reissue, and the other one is the OG. So the CDs themselves, there's also another way to tell is the OG version has this compact disc logo here. And if you look at the reissue, it is not there. The CDs, the CDs mostly look the same. You can see the inner ring is different. There's 2 layers. In this one, it's a little, there's only 1 layer and it's a little less defined. And the disc matrix on the bottom is different for both of them. But the CD reproduction was pretty well done. It's not as poor quality as the rest of it. But yeah, again, this is a perfect example of why I try to collect the original versions. Because this is the version I've had forever, and I've only had this one for like a year or so. And the moment I saw it, I was just like, wow, like I wish I bought this one a long time ago. So yeah, if you're only going to get one and you're not a completionist like me, I really recommend trying to get an original copy. And we're due for a reissue on this. Neither of these pressings sound particularly great. I really think the digital versions on ICP's YouTube sound way better than these CDs. And then they also released this on vinyl several years ago. And it's kind of surprising that they did it on vinyl, but they didn't release another CD. I guess, maybe it's because like Santa's a Fat Bitch and Red Christmas have been re-released tons of times. So they may not see a need for it. But, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a digipack version soon, or maybe even another like extended Christmas album. Get Santa's Kill out there more, or It's Coming for the people who want to hear it. But yeah, I think, that's about all I got to say about A Carnival Christmas. It's an excellent EP. It's a blast. So up next, what do we got? Oh man, we have got Project Born Dead, the first artist signed to Psychopathic Records that's not the Insane Clown Posse. This is it's kind of crazy. It's been a long time since I've heard it. I haven't listened to it in over a decade, so I'm stoked to revisit it. And yeah, keep it juggling, clowns. Whoop whoop.